Reduced healing? No problem. What's going on, guys? Eternal back, and today on Eternal's Personal Favorites, we're going to cover one of my all-time favorite builds for the Hunter. And call me crazy, but this is actually going to be my supportive Hunter. This is going to be my Hunter that runs the Restorative Rhythm. And for those of you who do not know, the Restorative Rhythm is basically a pocket Ronin healing ultimate. It's basically a soothing breath within this legendary charm. And as you see there, hitting a healing drum will heal all wounded heroes and revive anybody currently down. Now, the great thing about this is you can strike these with arrows, which is why I've made a build based on that for the Hunter. You can have all three of your teammates down and you can be extremely far away from them, turn to a healing drum, and snipe it even if it's a football field away, and wind up reviving every single person on your team and practically full lifing them at the same time. Now, if you saw at the beginning of the video here, this even trumps reduced healing weeks. So when you have the reduced healing modifier, your healing is reduced by 50%, which is really rough, especially if you're running stuff like combat regeneration. But when you're running the restorative rhythm, for whatever reason, it does not get affected by that. Like the healing will in terms of each tick, but this is going to practically be your best way to heal outside of a Ronin with Soothing Breath for that weekly modifier. Another instance where this shines is slowed revives. If you're playing on a week that has slowed revives and your team is just dropping and you can't get to them because it takes like, I don't know, 6 to 10 seconds to revive people during that, or at least it feels that way, you can just strike a drum and they're instantly back up. So for reduced healing and slow revive weekly modifiers, this build shines. Another reason why I like running this on the Hunter is the fact that the Hunter does so much damage with foul arrows, her ultimate with a skipping stone bow, running the technique all-seeing eye, and the explosive arrow, that I really barely feel as if I'm losing any type of DPS. I mean, you are naturally running this over a Spirit Kunai. You're not getting your explosive arrow back nearly as quickly. But guys, run this, try it out, and you'll see just how good it is in terms of being able to support your team quite heavily and still pumping out tons and tons of damage with the explosive arrow class ability and her ridiculous ultimate. So let's go ahead and cover each piece of gear here. So obviously I'm rocking the Moon Katana with perfect parry window, ultimate damage, Moon Master, and Burning Blade. So the reason I'm running perfect parry window, I pretty much run this on every single one of my Hunter builds where I'm running blessed arrows, because when you get a perfect parry, you can basically get 2 headshots if you're quick enough to heal yourself and to weaken the enemy if you have foul and blessed arrows on any enemy that you've parried. It's phenomenal. Works really, really well. And then ultimate damage, obviously. Moonmaster, obviously. And then we're running Burning Blade so that whenever we do use our Moonmaster cancel and it does set somebody on fire, we do have status effect in tier 2 or perk 2 of the technique tree, so this is going to give us some extra damage whenever we actually do go to do some melee attacks. Now, obviously, we're running the Skipping Stone bow. Guys, I don't use the Weightless Spirit on this character generally. Skipping Stone is just far too powerful, especially when coupled with All-Seeing Eye in the technique tree for perk 3, allowing you to hit 10 enemies with your ultimate. It's ridiculous. And we're rocking this with range, damage, reload speed for our reload canceled. And if you guys have followed me at all, you know that I have both a helmet and a shield piercing version of this. Run whichever one you see fit. So I think shield piercing is phenomenal when you're shooting enemies within a smoke bomb. But I like to guarantee headshots. But I do use shield piercing quite a bit. It is very good. And then obviously headshot refund to keep the hunter doing what the hunter does best. Now again, restorative rhythm, and I've got this with ultimate damage, hunter ability, radius foul, and blessed arrows. This is basically my hunter charm, but just with a restorative rhythm ability. I think this thing is underrated on the hunter. I think it works extremely well with her. Unfortunately, with the restorative rhythm, like you can't use the blowgun with the assassin or like bomb packs to set off the healing drums. It only works with your sword and arrows from a bow. Again, so one of the reasons why I ended up making this build. Foul arrows is going to weaken anybody that you headshot, and then blessed arrows is going to heal anybody directly on top of an enemy that does get headshot. Guys, foul and blessed arrows is the dirtiest, nastiest, most amazing combination for class-specific perks in this game. Not only do you weaken them, you do more damage to them, they do less damage to your team, and you can heal from headshots with the hunter. This also works from the ultimate. This works from an explosive arrow. It's just disgusting. And then because we're not actually running the Spirit Kunai, because we've used our second legendary for restorative rhythm, I like to run this with a sticky bomb. And then I like to actually have cooldown on kill, status effect duration fired up, and increased radius, because we do a lot of status effect damage with the hunter. And then I like to get cooldown on kill, because she kills so many enemies so fast that you'll get this back very, very fast, very frequently, allowing you to use it a lot. And then status effect duration for the fired up that's on it. That also helps with our fire arrows from our skipping stone bow, the burning blade from our moon katana, and our explosive arrow. Increased radius is there to obviously just hit as many people as possible. And this actually is a nice tool to use whenever you're trying to build resolve. Rounding it out, Ghost Weapon 2, gotta go epic smoke bomb. Literally the best item in the entire game. And we're running it with cooldown reduction on kill, munitions, and lucky. That's pretty much my go-to for the smoke bomb. And for the techniques, they're pretty much the exact same from my Hellfire Hunter build, where we are picking up explosive arrow for our class ability, legendary and perk 1, so that we can equip both the skipping stone bow and the restorative rhythm. We're going to get status damage here for perk 2, and then round the techniques out with all-seeing eye for perk 3, allowing us to hit 10 enemies with our ultimate with the skipping stone bow. So disgusting. But alright guys, let's go ahead and show off the build.
What legend would you like to hear? A harrowing tale. The defense of our
Alright
village.
guys, it's just being reduced healing. I was able to show you what was going on with that at the beginning of the video with the healing gourd and our lovely I love how the Tengu's still throwing crows at me, even with me being in the smoke. Get your hand out your face! Look at that damage. Why does that do so much damage? Well, and it hit somebody up there. That's amazing. It's gonna call them down here. Probably the Tengu, but I don't really care, do I? That was disgusting. Excuse me? Dude, how are these guys seeing me? Okay. Oh, I thought I was well out of that range. Mistakes were made, man. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at the range on that with hunter ability radius. That is so ridiculous. Alright, you need to die. Alright. Nope. Now that's why I like shield piercing, for that reason right there. That reason right there. him, but that's okay. This. I don't need to do this, but why not?
No hesitation.
Alright, so... Oh no! I'm hurt! It's reduced healing! I love how it just targeted that frickin'... I mean, look at that shit. Look at the range of it. It's like it is in like bronze and silver, even with this being Nightmare. It's amazing. Such a good tool. Alright. Enjoy that. No. Bird dick. Nope.
No match for the
Look at the range on that. My goodness, you guys are something else. Well, you're already hit by that. That. Now, unfortunately, the gourd got in the way, so you couldn't see all that death and dismemberment, but it was there. See, that's what I was talking about with the perfect parry, being able to use blessed arrows after perfect parrying someone. But guys, that is going to be an example of the build. I absolutely love running this for something different. I mean, there is just, for me, practically one way to go about playing the Hunter, and it is easily the strongest build in the entire game, which was the Hellfire Hunter that I posted for my last Hunter build for Eternal's personal favorites. This build is very supportive, and I like running this with randoms. So if you feel like playing the game with randoms, but you're tired of them going down constantly and just making really dumb decisions depending on the weekly modifier, or just running in and getting one shot by Elder Oni Lords, you can run something like this if you don't want to, you know, try to solo, or if you don't have any friends that are available to play at the time. I absolutely love this build. For me, it's something different, and I like different. Plus, it's fun. I love being able to just turn to a healing gourd and being like, oh, is that thing 5 miles away? No big deal. I'll just snipe it with the Hunter and bring everybody back to life. It's an extremely fun way to go about playing the Hunter, and as you can tell, you don't lose a lot of damage. You don't lose any ultimate damage, and you don't lose any explosive arrow damage. All you lose is the ability to get explosive arrow back faster. That is it. But guys, that's going to be an example of the build. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider smashing that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content. Ring that little bell. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Doses!